All right, we're super excited to be sharing a little bit about the Slenderiiz system with you on this call. I am Tish Ketcher in North Battleford, and co-hosting with me today is Shannon Reevely from Southie, Saskatchewan, which is just near Regina. And what we're going to share with you on this quick little call is a little bit about our Drop to Drops, which is a homeopathic weight loss support system. And so what we want to teach you is basically how the system works, how the drops work, and what to expect when you get them. So in phase one, we want you to cut out fast food, which means the burgers and all that kind of stuff that we rush our lives through. Fast food's not good for us. It's full of toxins. It increases our inflammation in our bodies, and it shoots our blood sugar levels up, which is so, so bad, and it wrecks our metabolism. So Shannon, what else do we need people to do?
Well, first of all, you guys, we need you to get started by taking the drops for 2 days. We're going to take the drops every day, but you're going to take the drops. But you're not going to change anything other than you're going to cut out fast food. We don't want you eating any fast food, but you're going to eat as normal as you normally would, but you are going to cut out the fast food. And you're going to start adding healthy fats to your diet. And those healthy fats that they would like you to add is avocado, some raw nuts and seeds. And then you're going to start taking the Slenderiiz and the Accelerate before every meal, 3 times a day with the Slenderiiz and 2 times a day with the Accelerate. And you want to make sure that you never forget the drops. And I know at the beginning I did forget a couple of times. So I set myself reminders on my phone. So 7 a.m., noon, and 6, I would remind myself to take the drops. So that was just something that I did to help myself. So it might help you as well, because it's not something that we normally do, as we don't normally take drops before we eat, but we really need you to get your body prepared for the next phase of this plan. So that's what you want to start doing.
Absolutely. So in phase 2, we want to start your body into fat burning. So we don't want to be putting sugar and stuff like that. So toss out anything in your house that you might be tempted to eat: cookies, processed meats, potato chips, any pop, anything like that. Get rid of it. After a while, when you're on the drops, those aren't going to tempt you because you're not going to want them anymore. When you don't have them in your body won't crave them. So make sure you get rid of those first, and then you can get going on to the next thing.
So the next thing you want to do is you're going to track your intake. And I know some people don't want to do this, but I'm going to tell you how this has really helped me. I started keeping track of everything that I did every day. I wanted to make sure that you want to take at least 1,200. You want to make sure that you get 1,250 calories. If you don't get that many calories, that's okay too. And I'm going to tell you right now, 1,250 calories of vegetables and proteins and healthy fats is not the same as 1,250 calories of McDonald's and food that doesn't contain any nutrition. So you're going to find that you're going to eat a lot of food to equal that 1,250. So if you can't get there, that's okay too. You don't have to hit that number, but we do want to make sure that you're eating lots and lots of vegetables. I always tell people to eat at least 3 cups of vegetables at lunch and 3 cups of vegetables at supper. Doesn't matter if they're raw or cooked, or make sure you have a nice healthy salad. You want to get those healthy fats and stuff, and you want to track what you're eating. So what I would do is I would track that I had 3 cups of vegetables for lunch and 3 cups of vegetables for supper or salad, and how many fats I had, how much water I did. And you know what I would do is when I was sort of hitting a plateau and I couldn't lose any weight, what I would do is I'd go back and I would look, and all of a sudden I realized that I wasn't eating as many vegetables as I should be, because your body still needs nutrition. Your body right now, if you're holding on to extra weight, and that's probably why you're here, is your body doesn't trust you that you're going to put the right nutrition, that you're not going to keep putting in dead food. And dead food is processed food, and dead food contains toxins. But now that you're starting to put vegetables and stuff in it, you want to make sure you put lots of vegetables in, because you're going to start nourishing your cells, and then your body's going to start trusting you. And once your body starts trusting that it's going to get the proper nutrition, it is going to start melting off that fat. So you want to make sure that you track your intake. And then if you don't, that's okay too. Just make sure that you're eating the same kind of foods every single day. But I do know that tracking my intake and making sure that I did that was really important. Make sure your biggest meal is your breakfast, or throughout, maybe at noon. At supper, you want to start eating less, because you want to start giving your body a break, because you want to make sure that your body has time to digest all that food, and you don't want to set it up with having more inflammation in supper. It has to work harder at night while you're sleeping. So make sure you have your big heavy meals at breakfast and noon.
Absolutely. And when I first saw 1,250 calories, I was like, okay, so 1,250 calories, drink a lot of water, and exercise 15 minutes to 30 minutes 5 times a week. Well, anyone could lose weight doing that. But here's the thing. Most people don't stick to it. And so you're going to see this system is going to help you stick to that. And that was really what my biggest problem was, is I would get the cravings, or I would do diets and the first 2 or 3 days would be great, but I hit the fridge and I consumed the whole thing because I felt like I was being cheated and robbed out of good food, which really wasn't good for me. But it's important as we're going through this fat burning stage to flush the toxins. And the only way you can flush that is drinking clean, purified water. So we encourage you to drink 8 to 10 ounces at least to flush all those toxins out, because when you're getting the toxins out, you're going to continue to drop more weight and keep flushing stuff. Now, Shannon, before you talk about this, you've lost a lot of weight, and we're going to bring up your before and after picture soon, but did you do any exercise or change anything in the beginning of this program?
I did not. I did not exercise. I am embarrassed to say it, but I didn't even walk. I think I went out for 2 walks because I felt guilty by people talking to me, asking me if I exercised. So those 2 days I went for a walk. I went on my elliptical, but I decided that me and the elliptical hate each other, so we're not going on that either. So I did not exercise. I do know they do recommend that you get in, at least 5 times a week. You want to go for a walk, but I'm just going to tell you guys, go for a walk. Go for something easy like yoga or stretching. You don't have to, and in fact, don't go to the gym and don't push weight, and don't put extra stress on your body. Your body doesn't need the extra stress and the extra cortisol, which causes inflammation. It's already working hard enough trying to help you battle the fat burning. So, you know what, if you're going to do exercise, make sure it's moderate and it's light exercise. And like I said, I didn't do any, and I was still able to drop 40 pounds.
And I was the opposite. I thought, I'm going to really fast track this and I'm going to go work out. So I was walking 45 minutes, sometimes twice a day. And it slowed my weight loss down because I was rising my cortisol levels, that stress up, and it wasn't the right thing to do. So let your body reset first. Let the weight start coming off and then slowly add the exercise in. Now Shannon's almost at her goal weight. She'll start toning everything up and implementing that. So it's important to have a routine. And sometimes we think, I can't eat coconut oil because that's bad fat, or avocados are so high in fat. But those good fats are good for you. Your body needs them. It needs it to feed that nutrition. Important. Don't eat after 7 at night. And if you're having a struggle at nighttime munchies for the first little while, I suggest taking the Slenderiiz drops and just putting like a drop or 2 under your tongue, because it's going to help curb that craving. And it's going to help your willpower along a lot. And planning your meals in advance is huge. Shannon does hers on Sundays because she works during the week. I do a meal every couple of days, and we eat off it a couple of days, so I don't have to do too much in advance because I'm home a lot. But we eat a lot of fresh foods now, and they taste so good. I can't believe when I start eating, some roasted vegetables and some coconut oil and fresh herbs, the flavor is like unbelievable. And before it was like, I'll eat my vegetables last if I have room and I'm still hungry. But now it's like they taste good because your body wants them now. They're not looking for that other garbage. And so that we do have a proof food list. Shannon, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
So what you're going to get with the plan is you're going to get all this information in your book that we're talking about today. And there's going to be the approved food list. And this is the stuff that they're telling you is going to help put your body into that fat burning mode. A lot of people don't know this, but there's 2 ways for your body to use energy, and your body needs at least 1,200 calories a day just to feed your organs and to keep you running and keep you optimal. So you want to make sure that you're eating enough to keep your body functioning. So these are fat burning calories or food for your body. These are not sugar. So when your body is burning stuff, it'll actually go to sugar first and then it goes to fat second. So if you're not putting any sugar in your body, which is coming from high sugar fruit and breads and pastas and all that kind of stuff, your body no longer has that sugar. So now it's got to go to the stored fat. These are all fat burning foods. So every time you get rid of all your sugar, and it takes about 3 days to eliminate all sugar from your body, when you start eating this food, it's all going to start burning fat. When you eat that coconut oil Tish talked about, it's actually making your body burn fat. So it's actually going to make your body burn fat. So all of this stuff in here is meant to help your body burn fat. And that's why I'm so excited about this, because every time I put these foods in, I'm burning fat, and we all knew I had a lot to lose. So every time I ate, I would say, burn, baby, burn. So I mean, make sure you stick to this food list. This is how you're going to lose weight. I guarantee it.
Right. And you'll see on this food list, they'll have things like grass-fed. And we want you to eat those types of foods because so many proteins that we eat are being injected with antibiotics and things that are not good for our bodies and hormones, right? And we're trying to reset our bodies so that we don't have all those poisons in our bodies. Same with as organic as fruit as you can. Don't put all those toxic sprays and stuff that they're spraying our food into your body, or wash them really well before with a little vinegar or whatever ahead of time. And sweeteners are the big deal. You know, aspartame and sucralose and all those things are in so many of our foods. Read the labels and only use stevia or unsweetened whatever you might be using. It's really important. So this is what excites me. These are people we know. Darcy Saucon, who is from Vernon, he struggled with weight for years. He's lost 30 pounds in 2 months by using the drops. Mary Beth Gibbons, she is out from Sudbury, Ontario. She's a diabetic, and she's doing intermittent fasting, which is also something you can learn about. But she's now managed with the drops and eating the healthy diet and doing some intermittent fasting. She's actually stabilized her blood sugars, which was something she had never done before. And if you all recognize, the top right-hand corner is the beautiful Shannon, who's talking on this call. And Shannon, I would love for you just to share a little bit about your story now, if that would be all right.
Perfect. So my story actually starts back in December of last year. I was suffering from extreme shoulder pain, and what it was caused from was the inflammation from the food that I was eating. My metabolism was completely stalled. I'd seen a homeopathic doctor, and she told me my metabolism was actually doing nothing. It was a stalled metabolism. I had tried so many diets, and I had tried so many things, and I'd actually stalled my metabolism. It wasn't even burning anymore. So I would wake up probably every 15 to 20 minutes throughout the night, and I'd have to get out of bed and I'd have to move my arms, and my arms would fall asleep, and they felt like they were dead when I would wake up after 20 minutes, and I'd have to get up every 20 minutes to wake them up. One night I was having heart palpitations. I was bloated, as you can tell in the first picture there. I was even bloated more. That was March 20th, but in January I was even bloated more, and I felt like I was full all the time, and I was just feeling like crap. I was going to make my husband actually take me to the hospital one night. I thought I was having a heart attack because I had such bad heart palpitations. And it turned out it was just the inflammation. It was just causing me to have bloatiness and fullness and such. You know, I was just feeling horrible. So on January 1st, I decided I was going to do something about it. So I joined the Atkins keto diet, and I thought, you know what, everybody talks about this low carb stuff. I'm going to try it. So from January 1st until March 20th, I did follow the keto diet, and I lost 9 pounds in 3.5 months. And a lot of people thought that was good. I was losing 3 pounds a month. It wasn't good enough for me because I still felt I had the inflammation. I was still not sleeping properly. I was still waking up. My arms still hurt. I was still waking up every 20 minutes. So when they brought the drops, I decided to add the drops, and I thought, well, I'm already eating a keto diet. I'll just start following this. Well, what I didn't realize is that keto diet still wasn't that good for you. They still had things like pork, and it wasn't grass-fed and everything else, so I still wasn't getting rid of the inflammation. So by putting the drops in, I started on March 20th. I had a 2-week break there because the drops weren't allowed in Canada until they got passed, which was done on April 26th, and I started up on them again. So from March 20th to June 27th, in 3 months again, I was able to drop 31 pounds. So I'm now at 40 pounds since January 1st. But if you can see, what I'm saying is I lost weight 3 times faster following the same type of diet, putting in, you know, the keto low carb, just modified it a bit by getting rid of some of that other stuff that caused inflammation. I lost weight 3 times faster. So who doesn't want to lose weight 3 times faster? I've got energy through the roof. I feel incredible. I'm now sleeping through the night, no more heart palpitations, and you can tell I'm definitely not bloated anymore, and I feel fantastic.
Absolutely. I think that the key thing to know is, you know, when you're on a keto diet, you're allowed cheese and you're allowed bacon and you know, those kinds of things and fatty foods. And technically our body doesn't need that. We want to go lean, and we don't want to be putting processed anything in our body. And so if you are wanting to do keto, do it, but do it in the purest form possible. And on this, you can also have, you know, fruits, the low glycemic fruits, which you can't have on that, which our bodies kind of need too. My favorite go-to now is apple and nut butter of some kind. I absolutely love it. And I never thought in a million years I'd say, you know, I crave it because who craves apples? So what are in the drops, you're probably wondering. So I'll talk a little bit about the Slenderiiz. It employs a modernized approach to homeopath. So they're homeopathic drops. It blends remedies into one formula that's going to address all imbalances in the body. So things are, hormonal responses, especially as we get older. Excessive stress. In our world, most people are under stress. Weather, dietary, emotional, environmental, cellular detoxification, neurotransmitter, which is the brain constantly telling the stomach it's hungry because it might be bored or it might be lonely or it might be sad, whatever it is, that's happening. It stabilizes your hunger patterns. It's freedom from addictive behaviors. And one of my addictive behaviors absolutely was wine. And it's been 3 months. I don't even want it anymore. And I used to never go a day without it, at least one glass, sometimes a bottle or more, depending on the day. Now, someone was asking at the beginning here about, do you still drink wine? Whenever you have a cheat, whether it's sugar of, wine or breads or whatever, it's going to stall your weight loss for 3 days. So if you're going to do a cheat, make sure it's really worth it, because for 3 days after, your body's going to be in that, let me get rid of this crap again, okay? So the great thing about these drops is it was tested on over 10,000 patients with success prior to our company, RX, obtaining the exclusive rights to it under clinical observation. To me, that's huge. It was proven to be working before us. Now we just have to follow the plan and allow our bodies to be working as well. And do you want to share about Accelerate, Shannon? Because you're really good with this.
So the Accelerate is the second drop you're going to take. So after you've waited that 10 minutes, after you've put the Slenderiiz under your tongue and you waited 10 minutes before you've eaten. Now, just before you're going to eat, you're going to take your Accelerate drops. And you're going to I put them under my tongue as well, and I wait, 10 seconds or whatever, and then I eat my lunch or my supper or whatever or your breakfast or whatever you're going to eat. And what the Accelerated is, it's a patented blend of natural B vitamins, and it's got a bunch of adaptogens. And there's actually an adaptogen in there called ashwagandha. It is one of the best adaptogens out there. It helps to reduce cortisol, which is inflammation, which will reduce inflammation in your body. It'll help relieve stress. It also affects your hypothalamus in your brain. And what that's going to do is it's going to start talking to your stomach, and it's going to speed up your metabolism, and it's going to start getting your body working optimally. And that's what we want to do. So you want to make sure that you're taking your Accelerate. And I know they say to take your Accelerate twice a day. It's with breakfast and lunch. And the reason they don't want you to take it with supper is because when you take vitamin Bs, they actually give you more energy. And that's what I find is they give me more energy. And we don't want you to have where you can't sleep at night. So I do take them, just so you know, I do take them at supper because I have no problem sleeping. But some people, they might have trouble sleeping. So make sure you're taking them twice a day. But if you want to try them 3 times a day, that's okay too. And yeah, it just helps you with stress, and it's also going to help reset your metabolism and get you going. The other thing is, it also helps. So if anybody has things with high sugar, this is also going to help reverse the insulin resistance, and it's going to support healthy blood sugar. So if you are a type 2 diabetic, you make sure you keep track of your diet, your things. You can take it. There's 0 side effects to these drops. But you want to make sure if you are type 2 diabetic that you are, that you are watching your blood and everything like that too. So that's important.
Absolutely. So how to use the drops? Well, you take the Slenderiiz drops and you wait 10 minutes after you've had anything to eat or drink, and then you put 0.7 mils under your tongue and you wait 10 seconds with it under your tongue, swallow it, and then wait 10 more minutes to eat. So there's a 20-minute time frame that you need to take the drops. 10 minutes after you've had anything in your mouth, wait 10 seconds, then eat 3 times per day. The Accelerate, after you've waited that 10 minutes, you put that under right before 1 mil, and then you go ahead and you can eat. You take that twice a day, or like Shannon, 3 times. Now, then they have some other things that go along with the Slenderiiz. And we're going to touch on it because they're a promo, and they will accelerate your weight loss because of what's in them. So, Shannon, I'm going to get you to share on the shakes here because you are brilliant with them.
Okay, so the Pure Nourish shake is a pea protein, cranberry protein shake. And you know what? I've tried a lot of different shakes out there, but what happened was a lot of those shakes, like I've tried the Beachbody, I've tried the USANA, I've tried the Body by Bai, you name it, I've tried the shakes. They don't taste like cake, even though they tell you they do, they don't. And the reason they taste like cake, or they think they taste like cake, is because they're putting a bunch of flavorings, they're putting a bunch of sugars, they're putting a bunch of stuff that isn't good for you, and it's going to cause more inflammation in your body. And they use something called whey protein. Whey protein actually actually is not good for you. It's got a hormone in it that's going to affect your metabolism and slow it down. You want to make sure that you do not have any kind of a protein shake with whey. In fact, 98% of the shakes out there are not even healthy. So you're looking for something with pea protein, cranberry protein. You're looking for something with no sugar. You're looking for something with no additives for flavorings. You want something that's pure. Well, there's probably nothing on the market like you're going to get if you use the Pure Nourish. The Pure Nourish, I use it first thing in the morning. I make myself a shake first thing in the morning with the Cocoa Boost. And the reason I put the Cocoa Boost in is because I love chocolate, and that's what it is. And it's going to also speed up your metabolism, the Power Boost. And I mix it with, I love cashew milk, so I mix it with cashew milk, some water, I put in the Pure Nourish, I put in the Cocoa Boost, and then I put in some frozen cherries, and it tastes like a chocolate cherry milkshake. And every day I feel like I'm cheating on my diet by having a milkshake. It is delicious. You can add ice cubes. My husband likes his a little bit thicker. He adds ice cubes, and it tastes like really like a milkshake. But the most important thing is protein is one of the most important things that you can do to start your day. So you can have this in the morning if you're not somebody that likes to have eggs and bacon, because, you know, the most things that people eat in the morning is breakfast is for like eggs. Well, you don't always like eggs. So what I do with the Pure Nourish, I also make pancakes and muffins and breads, and I got tons of recipes that you can actually make those things. So you almost feel like you're cheating even by making those muffins, and you think you're having those breads and those carbs, but really you're not. You're actually putting fat-burning food, and you're burning fat, baby. So that's the other thing about Pure Nourish that I love, is I can use it like a substitute to my breads. Then we have the Slenderiiz Orange. And, you know, I'm not a big fan of the orange flavoring in my milkshake in the morning, but what I do like this about is I can make myself a creamsicle in the afternoon. So let's say in the afternoon you need something just to have a little snack. You take some cashew milk, you take a couple of ice cubes, you throw some of this orange protein powder, you could throw a little bit of one of the fruits that's authorized on the plan, and you can make yourself a little creamsicle in the afternoon and you can enjoy it. And this Power Beauty Boost will help with all that kind of stuff, and it's really good for your skin and your nails and your hair, and it just promotes, you know, healthy living as well. So it's just healthy, good food. So just things to have for nutrition and to have those little cheats as well. So I really recommend the protein shakes because it just gives you some added things that you can have for breakfast, and you know, you can make a lot of different things out of them. So I really highly do recommend them. And ours, like I said, it's got prebiotics, it's got probiotics, it's got amino acids, it's got your vitamins, it's got absolutely everything you need to start your day off right.
I'm glad you added that, because I hadn't heard you say about the prebiotics and probiotics. And I know Deanna Latson, who actually developed this whole shake system, said they could have put all of this in pill form, but they wanted to put it in this delivery system as a nutritional drink for us so that it was something different than just another pill. And so the power in these shakes are phenomenal. And I wasn't a shake girl. And I was like, ugh, do I really have to try them? But I'm addicted to them now. And I make them thick like Royce. And I eat them. The chocolate one to me almost tastes like a Wendy's Frosty. So I feel like I'm having like a Wendy's Frosty every day as a snack. And so they're absolutely great. So you've heard about the drops. We wanted to share it specifically today because till midnight tonight, you can, as a customer, pay the exact price we pay. And so it's $146.95 Canadian. That's the same price as a distributor cost. Delivered to you, it's about $168. It's about a 4 or 5 week supply. Absolutely worth trying. And they've got the shakes on that we wanted to mention as well. The same cost as us. It comes with a blender bottle that's not pictured on here, $145.79 Canadian. Someone said to me once, well, don't you find that expensive, especially with the drops? And I said, well, I'm going to be honest with you. I was spending anywhere between $300 and $400 a month on wine. And so to not be drinking wine and spending $168 with shipping and tax to get the drops, I'm saving money. I'm feeling better. I haven't lost as much as Shannon. I'm down 16. However, I was doing all the wrong things, and Shannon was teaching me to do all the right things now. And my stress levels are through the roof. And so I absolutely love these products. I love the price because I've spent $800 and $1,000 a month for other systems that have done nothing like this, and I've never stuck with them. So it's up to you to decide, am I worth it? And I hope you decide that you are, because we think you are if we've shared this with you. One more thing, Shannon. We've also been using another product that is really great. I would like for you just to mention what it is and why.
So I use the Restorix, and I use it first thing in the morning. And I'll tell you why. As you're sleeping at night, your body is trying to get rid of toxins. And what happens is when you start burning fat in your body actually stores fat around toxins that you've ingested from, putting that processed food and that fast food into your body. So what happens is your body now is going to start getting rid of this fat. And once it gets rid of the fat, all those toxins are going to start swirling around in you again. And that can give you a detox flu if you're not getting them out quick enough. That's why you want to drink lots of water. But I use a product called Restorix. And it has chlorella in it, and it's got zeolite in it, it's got charcoal in it. And what it does is it actually grabs all of those toxins that you have swirling around in your body, and it actually, like a magnet, it attracts to it, and then it pushes it through your body, and it's going to get you through. You will not get that detox where you get the headache and all that feeling, because this stuff is like a magnet, and all that stuff's going to hold on there, and it's going to put it into these little honeycomb things, and it's going to push it through. And so I really recommend you try the Restorix. You get back to the person that sent you here, see if you can get some of that from them. And if you can't get that, I'm going to recommend that you go to the health food store, not to Walmart, not to GNC, not to one of those stores, because you can't trust what they're selling. A lot of their product is not what they say it is. So you want to make sure you go to a health food store. You're looking for cracked cell chlorella. That is what you're looking for, and that will help you eliminate toxin. If you can get it with charcoal, even better. You will not get it with zeolite, what we have in the Restorix. If you go there to the health food store and the chlorella and the charcoal and what they recommend, if it comes to about $100, get the Restorix, because that's what it costs from us. It's $100 Canadian. Get back to whoever brought you here. Get that product, because it's going to help you get rid of your toxins faster. The faster you get rid of your toxins, your body can't create more fat around them, so you want to get rid of that, and it's going to help you burn that fat. It's going to help you feel way better. So if I can recommend anything, I do recommend everybody try the Restorix. And the other thing I haven't said in the other videos, Tish, is get a multivitamin. Your body wants nutrition, magnesium, calcium, vitamins. Get something, because your body really wants it, and the sooner your body trusts you, the sooner it's going to release that fat. So make sure you guys are optimally taking care of your health. It's very, very important.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Shannon, for sharing. Thank you to all our guests on the call. And if you have any questions, get back to who brought you to this recording or call, and secure your drops for sure. Get started on that journey, and then add in whatever else your body needs as you go. So thank you, Shannon. Thanks, everyone.